Hey friends, it's Kadidia, and I just released my second EP entitled Boom, and I'm so excited. When I brought the idea to my team, I basically told them that I wanted the message to be that I've grown, like a lot. I'm happier. I think I'm, a little more mature, and I'm just more sure about what I'm supposed to be doing, which comes with a lot more confidence. Not just in myself, but really in what God has called me to do. And I'm excited for what's happening. I think it's just gonna be so good. Like, it's really good. Like, I'm really excited because I think the more you're just sure of like what God wants you to do, like it's like you just breathe a little easier. So I've definitely been breathing a lot easier because it's just time for me to bloom and just really just do the thing. So change started in, I think, April of 2019. So I was just about to move back to New York, and I was just feeling stagnant. And I'm just like, oh, I feel like there's just so much more to do, but I feel like I'm not doing anything. Mind you, I was just graduating college, but I still felt like I wasn't doing anything. I still felt like I was hiding. I felt unsure, and I hit up my bro Eli, and I'm like, yo, let's write a song, because I need something. I need to do something. And he asked what I wanted to write about, and I said, I'm ready for something different. And he said, you're ready for change. And I said, yes, I am. And we just went from there, and then we brought Josiah on the record, and it just became one of the best records ever. I'm ready for change. Yo, change is not fun. It's actually very scary. However, it's very consistent. The only thing that is consistent in our lives is change and God. But change, things are inevitable. They have to change. And whether you like it or not, it's gonna happen. So it just makes sense to just accept it and enjoy the ride, really. So that's kind of what I'm just doing. I'm jumping on this roller coaster, and I'm just enjoy it, even with the bumps and the spins and turns. It's gonna be good regardless, because I'm in God's hands. Ooh. He's got the whole world in his hands. That was good to me. Sweeter I wrote in August of 2019. And it actually started off I was in a car with my little cousin, and I was just clowning around because it gets sweeter and sweeter. And I just decided to keep riding on top of it. And I really feel like that song was almost like a prophetic declaration of what I was about to experience, and was encouraging me to just continue to believe it gets sweeter and sweeter. Sweet Jesus, what a wonder you are. You are brighter than the morning star. Oh, you are fairer, much fairer than the lily that goes by the way. You are precious, more precious than gold. He is sweeter. Oh my God. My God. His plans are for good. He's not gonna harm you. I remember I was actually at church one Sunday, and it's almost like I heard God singing over me, I'm not gonna harm you. I'm not gonna hurt you. And that's kind of what I want people to get from Sweeter. If you just believe his word, which that's what his word says, you can just be secure in that. There's so much security in his word and what he says. And he stays true to his promises, and he's not gonna hurt you, he's not gonna harm you. So even though you feel frustrated right now and probably confused and overwhelmed, just believe that as the days go by, it'll get sweeter, his love will get sweeter, and you don't have to worry, he got you. All right, so Brandon in 2017 hits me up, and he's like, yo, I have a song for you. And I'm like, bet, pull up to the crib, let me hear the song. I heard the song, and I'm almost in tears because the song is amazing. as you guys have heard, period. And that song like is really my favorite, not only because of the lyrics, but it was such a challenge like in the creative process. And God like was really pushing me with this song in particular to not settle. And I think like that's where I was most creative vocally. Like that session took no time. Like I went in there, I was killing it. But yeah, like it's really my favorite song. One of my favorite songs, because all the songs are my favorite. But it's one of my favorite songs because I think it's just a way to remind us that God is King of Kings and He is Adonai, like He is Lord. And we just have to remember that He is really our King and rest in Him. Like, just relax and rest in His leadership. Like, He will lead you and guide you where you're supposed to be. And yeah, I love that song, OD. It's the best song ever. You should listen to it if you haven't. You saw the good before Brandon Lee? Brandon Lee is a songwriter, if you don't know, and is one of the best, because this first line, you saw the good before I would ever see your face. Wow. Masterpiece. So Gary has us in his office, and he's like, yo, let's write a song for KD. And you know the song is gonna be good when Brandon walks outside. When he walks away, you know he's getting the gems and he doesn't need any distractions. So once he walked out, I was like, oh, this is about to be good. I'm excited. And he came in and he wrote that first chorus and the pre, and it was the best thing that ever happened because the song turned into a masterpiece. But yo, like, God was intentional when He made you. Like, He put you here for a reason. And we can sometimes feel like we're not worthy or we're not called or just not knowing what our purpose is and just feeling like we're just going with the flow and just going with the wind. And it's like, no, God has you here for a reason. Like, you are His masterpiece. Sometimes when we look outside and we see, like, you know, when there's a sunset and we're like, wow, like, God really did His thing. Like, He really created this with intention. That's the same thing with you. Oh my God. It's the same thing with you. When He made you, He was very intentional. He added every specific detail to make sure that you were exactly who you were supposed to do and do the exact things that you are called to do for His glory. So there's no mistake. You are not a mistake. You are His masterpiece. And it's really just up to us to just, like, overall what I've kind of been saying, like, surrender to His will, surrender to His plan. His purpose for your life is perfect. It's perfect. You are perfect by His design because He's the perfect creator. So yeah, masterpiece. Shout out to all the creators on that because it's really one of my, I probably can't say this, but it's really one of my favorite mixes. It's so good. Jason, my God. So since the first EP, a lot has changed. With me personally, like, I just don't settle anymore. And I had a lot, Loki would want input from, like, the producers that I worked with, specifically Gary, because I feel like he can give more insight on, like, what has changed. But I'm just more, like, engaged in the process. Like, the first EP, I was just very like, whatever you want to do, do you like it? If you like it, I'm okay. And now I'm like, no, I don't like it. Do it again. Or let's keep going until we get it right. Not in, like, a mean way, but just, like, when I know what I want, I'm going to say it. I'm not settling for what's just okay. And I feel like that has just been a major change, which has definitely, like, just pushed things, like, musically and just, you know, how I present, like, vocally, that has changed as well. So yeah, that's, like, the biggest difference with, like, you know, the CP. Guys, Bloom is available on all digital platforms, so if you haven't already, please listen, buy, download, share with somebody that you know, share with somebody that you don't know. Let's get this music out everywhere, and I'm so excited. I'm really grateful to God for the opportunity to share what's really in my heart. So please continue to listen to the song, stream it as much as you can. When you're driving, when you're not driving, whatever you're doing, just listen to the music, please. Nah, but for real, I'm super excited. And stay tuned because there's more music coming.